What's going on, everyone? My name is Russ, and I'm just your everyday American. And the purpose of this channel is to share with my fellow Americans lessons learned on some of the experiences that I've had in my life. So today I want to talk to you guys about why I will never loan money to family or friends. And then at the end of the video, I'd like to talk about an alternative option that I would use because I think it works out better for all parties involved. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. And the first reason that I will never loan money to a family member or friends is because I am an avid believer in that old biblical principle, the borrower is slave to the lender. And the key term there is slave, right? That would mean that I am the lender and my family member or friend would be the borrower, and then they would be slave to me because that makes me extremely uncomfortable. And while many people may say to me, Russ, that doesn't sound very cool, man. Why would you not just loan your family member the money, right? Why would you not just loan your friends the money? They're going to pay you back. My response would be this: that is not at all how it always happens. And regardless, I don't ever want to be in the situation where a family member or a good friend of mine that I care about has made a promise that they can't keep, or even worse, that they won't keep. Imagine the damage that can do to the trust that you have in these individuals who are your family members or your friends, man. It can destroy a friendship. The second reason why I would never lend money to a family member or a friend is because of the damage, like I said, that it can cause relationships. It can make the relationship awkward. When someone owes you money that you've lent them, the dynamic of that relationship changes. Remember, the borrower is slave to the lender. That means that because they are indebted to you for something, you are no longer truly on equal footing, right? They owe you something. And I can tell you anecdotally that the relationship feels different. I mean, imagine lending someone that you care about, right, money because they're telling you that they are in some sort of rut. They're in a jam. And out of the kindness of your heart, and yes, I want to emphasize the kindness because this is not something that you have to do, you lend the money to that person to avoid that said crisis. But then they have on some new shoes, 2-3 weeks later, or a new outfit, or some kind of new toy that they've purchased before they've paid you back the money that they said that they would, right? You are 100% going to ask yourself, well, how in the world did you afford that? You still haven't paid me back what you owed me, right? And even something like that, running into those friends or that family member in a restaurant, right? Or they go on a vacation, but they owe you money. We all know that will make things extremely awkward, man. I don't want to be having to watch these people, right? And, they don't want me watching them, but it's just the natural human response when someone owes you something that they told you they were going to pay, and then you see them kind of maybe not managing their funds or their money very well as you would have anticipated, considering the fact that they are indebted to you, right? And that's why I think God is so adamant that we don't put ourselves in situations in which we owe money, right? That we owe anyone. I don't like to owe money myself because it makes me a slave to the lender. And the third reason why I would never actually lend a family member or a friend money is because sometimes I think what a lot of people need is maybe just some assistance with brainstorming, right? Like, sometimes the situation is not necessarily as dire as they may seem, And sometimes they may just need you to help them kind of walk through some different avenues that they may be able to utilize in order to get them through whatever situation they're in, i.e., maybe, some sort of side hustle that they can start immediately, like, Uber Eats or, starting an Etsy channel or a YouTube channel, which obviously takes a little bit of time to start generating funds. But, there's all kinds of these little side hustles that you can get into to generate some sort of, income, some additional income. You can go get another part-time job. Like, I'm of the mindset that, if I'm going to assist you, you are going to have shown me that you have done absolutely everything in your power, right? To take care of yourself, right? I work 65, 70 hours a week. If somebody is working 40 hours a week and they're telling me that they need money, you know what my advice is going to be to them? You need to get another job. You know what? And, that may seem a little harsh. That may seem a little tough. But if I do it for me and my family, you can do it for you and your family. So, that is just another reason why I would not lend money to a family member or a friend. And like I said, the alternative option here is that if, and I want to make this a big if, you are financially stable yourself and you have the means to do so, then what you're able to do then is you're able to actually give, right? You're actually able to bless other people because of the way that you've conducted yourself, the way that you've utilized your funds and finances to set yourself up for success. You can be a blessing to others. And when I mean give, I mean to give somebody something and expect absolutely nothing in return. But once again, for me, that is if you have done everything possible in order to rectify the situation yourself. I think it's very important, especially as Americans, we're very privileged, and it's very important to really encourage people to legitimately give their all, right? Because a lot of people have much more in the tank than they think that they do. And so those are the three reasons right there that I would never lend money to a family member or a friend. And then I additionally, gave you a little, piece of a little tidbit, if you will, about how you could counter that, and it's better for all parties involved, because there is something wonderful about freely giving somebody something and not expecting anything in return. So you guys let me know what you think about that down in the comment section. If you got anything, any type of value from this video, please do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and maybe share this with a family member or a friend that needs to hear it. Maybe that family member that's constantly helping other family members or friends to their own detriment, and you're watching them do that over and over and over again, and then they're kind of looking up and they're wondering why they themselves are struggling, right? These are things that can happen if you don't take care of yourself initially so that you can bless others in the long run. So I appreciate you guys, and until the next one, y'all have a wonderful day.